Hey guys, it's DT. Welcome back to part 2 of our big countdown. If you guys are just joining us, I am counting down the top 100 most valuable comic books in my collection. If you guys missed part 1, you can watch it by clicking up there. I highly recommend it. If you watch this video before that one, your life is going to feel very empty and incomplete. So do yourself a favor. Click it. For everybody else, we're going to be continuing with part 2. We last left off with number 76. So for this episode, I'll be showing you guys 75 through 51. So we haven't gotten into the triple figures yet, but it looks like that will be coming up shortly. So without further ado, let's get into box 2. So again, I've got my list of comics and their values. I will be sharing those values with you for entertainment purposes. So the way the market's been lately, by the time you guys are watching this video, a lot of these values may have changed. So if you want an updated value, you might have to look that up on a website like Go Collect or GPA. Anyway, this is what they're worth today when I'm filming this video. So let's go. So coming in at number 75, we have Marvel Special Edition number 15. This is the first appearance of Shang-Chi. Fu Manchu and Sir Dennis Nayland Smith came out in 1973. It's a 7.0 with white pages. Of course, this book has seen a lot of popularity due to the upcoming Shang-Chi movie. So in its current condition, this book is valued at $925. Coming in at number 74, we have The Savage She-Hulk number 1. This book came out in 1980, features the origin and first appearance of She-Hulk, Jennifer Walters, cousin of Bruce Banner. This one is also popular due to the television series announcement, kind of a tribute to that classic Silver Age Hulk number 1 cover. But this one is a 9.8 with white pages, currently valued at $925. Next up, we have another Amazing Spider-Man book. This is issue number 19. This one is from 1964. Features the Human Torch, Sandman, and Enforcers. It is the first appearance of McDonald Gargan in a cameo on the last page. Not a huge key, but it is a classic Silver Age Amazing Spider-Man issue. This one came in at a 9.0 with off-white pages. And this one too is valued at $925. So we're still under that $1,000 mark. So next up we have another Amazing Spider-Man. This is issue number 11. This one came out in April of '64. It features the second appearance of Dr. Octopus, the first appearance and death of Bennett Brant. So if you guys are wondering what happened to Bennett Brant, well, you can read this issue. Featuring the long-awaited return of Dr. Octopus. Of course, he appeared first in Amazing Spider-Man number 3, so it took him 8 more issues to make his return. And it was graded here at a 7.0 with off-white to white pages. And in that condition, it is worth $950. All right, next we have another Amazing Spider-Man. This is issue number 16. This is the first Daredevil crossover, second appearance of the Ringmaster and the Circus of Crime. Very classic Steve Ditko Spidey and Daredevil cover. This one is graded at a 6.0 with off-white pages. This one also came out in 1964. So in this condition, this one is worth $975. I hope you guys aren't bored with the Amazing Spider-Man because we have a few more. Number 70 on our list is issue 101. This is the first appearance of Morbius, the living vampire, Dr. Michael Morbius. The Lizard also makes an appearance, and it is the last 15-cent issue. These comic books were getting pricey back then. So this one came out in October of 1971. We've got the Morbius movie coming out starring Jared Leto. Of course, that heated up the value on this book. This one is a 7.5 with off-white pages, and it too is valued at $975. Next, we have another ASM. This is issue 194. The first appearance of Black Cat. So this book came out in 1979. I was actually alive for the release of this one. This one has a 40-cent cover price. It's got the Black Cat attacking Spidey right there on the cover. This one is a 9.6 with white pages. Do you guys think it's worth over $1,000? Well, it's not. This one comes in at $975, just like the previous ones, but I have a feeling it'll make it there someday. We are at number 68, and we're gonna take a break from ASM and go to Captain America. This is issue 100. It's the issue where Tales of Suspense changed into Captain America. So technically, it's the first issue of Captain America. It says his origin is retold. The Black Panther appears. So I don't know why they didn't just make it Captain America #1, but I guess if you're gonna start, 100 is a good number. This one was graded at a 9.0 with off-white pages. And in this condition, it is valued at, drumroll please, $1,000. So our first $1,000 book, it is Cap 100. Okay, it looks like we've got a few more Spider-Man books here. And the next book we have is The Amazing Spider-Man #17. This one came out in 1964. It's the second appearance of the Green Goblin, who first appeared in issue #14. And the Human Torch appears as well. So I've got the unique 5-cent variant right here. I don't know if that was just marked down. People couldn't afford the 12 cents, so the store had to mark it down to 5 cents. But this one came in at a 7.5 with off-white to white pages and is currently valued at $1,050. So the next book is one that I bought hot off the presses when it first came out, and it is Amazing Spider-Man 361. This is the first full appearance of Carnage, Cletus Cassidy. I actually own 5 copies of this. I got one graded recently, came back a 9.8 with white pages. This is a newsstand edition. A lot of people like to pay a premium for newsstand versions. Back in the day, I remember comic book stores saying that you wanted to collect the direct version. So that's what I was going after. But these days people want the newsstand because it's more rare to find a good condition newsstand copy, I suppose. I think the newsstand price wasn't even available on this value sheet, but the regular direct version was listed at $1,100. And the newsstand will probably go for a little bit more. Not too bad considering I paid about $1 for this comic book. So for number 65, it looks like we've got an X-Men. This is X-Men number 266. It's the first full appearance of Gambit. Mystique also makes an appearance. This is another book that I picked up right when it came out in 1990. I think I have 3 or 4 copies. I will probably get those graded as well. This one came back at a 9.8 with white pages. And this one is currently valued at $1,150. We've got another ASM. This one is The Amazing Spider-Man number 50, the first appearance of the Kingpin. The origin of Spider-Man is also retold. It also says Johnny Carson and Ed McMahon make a cameo. So if you guys aren't familiar with who Johnny Carson and Ed McMahon were, Johnny Carson was a talk show host for The Tonight Show, now hosted by Jimmy Fallon, and Ed McMahon was kind of his sidekick. This one came in at a 6.0 with off-white to white pages. And in that condition, it is valued at $1,150. Next up, we've got a DC book. This is Batman number 181. It's the first appearance of Poison Ivy. Kind of cool. This one came out in 1966. It's got a 12-cent cover price. And we've got trouble between the dynamic duo. Is she the cause? And it says, beware of Poison Ivy. Or could that be Peter Pan? Because that sort of looks like a Peter Pan costume. So even though the majority of my collection is Marvel Comics, I do collect some DC. So this one came in at a 5.5, off-white to white pages. And this one is valued at $1,200. Number 62, we've got the Invincible Iron Man number 1. This book came out in 1968. And it is the origin of Iron Man retold. So I have 2 copies of this. You might have heard me tell the story about the other copy and how it was my prized possession for years until I got it graded and it came back being restored. It kind of put me off to comics for a while, but I was able to get over it and I was able to purchase this one later on down the line, an unrestored copy. This one is an 8.0 with off-white to white pages. And it made me feel a little better. I still have that restored copy, but yeah, I don't like it very much. This one is valued at $1,250. Next up, we've got Iron Fist number 14. This one is the first appearance of Sabretooth, Victor Creed. You guys might have seen this featured in my Sabretooth statue unboxing. This one is from 1977, 9.6 off-white to white pages. Most would think that Sabretooth first appeared in an X-Men comic, but nope, it's right here, Iron Fist. This one in a 9.6 with off-white to white pages is currently valued at $1,250. Moving on to number 60, we have The House of Secrets, number 92. This is the first appearance of the Swamp Thing, and it says gray tone cover. It is a very cool looking cover. 15-cent cover price. Came out in July of 1971. This one is a 6.5 with off-white to white pages, and it's currently worth $1,300. Number 59, looks like we have another Amazing Spider-Man. This one is issue 20, the first appearance of the Scorpion. So we've got the Scorpion hoisting Spidey into the air. This one came out in 1965. It's a 7.0 with off-white to white pages. And this one is valued at $1,300. Next up, we have The Incredible Hulk, number 180. This, of course, is the first appearance of Wolverine in a cameo on the very last panel. It also features Wendigo, a very in-demand book right now, not as valuable as Hulk 181, which is his first full appearance. But I think if you can't get that one, this is the next best thing. As you can see up here, we've got the green qualified label. This is the only qualified book in my collection. A lot of people don't like this label because it means something has been done to the book. A lot of times things are cut out, but in this case, it was the signature here on the front. Now, if you want a signature on the front cover, you have to have CGC witness it. And if they do, they'll give you the yellow label. And if they don't, unfortunately, you're gonna get a green label, or you'll get a blue label with a reduced grade. I don't mind the green label in this case because it's signed by the artist Herb Trimpe, and I've looked at other books with his signature on it and it matches to a T. So I'm not worried that somebody forged this at all. I believe he signed it. I actually have a lot of books that were signed prior to CGC coming into existence, so it doesn't bother me that this isn't a yellow label. So this one is 8.5 qualified, off-white to white pages. The one thing about the prices here is it doesn't take signatures into consideration, but if this was a blue label with no signature, no qualified label, it would be worth $1,450. Okay, so the next book, we are moving into the 21st century. This is Edge of Spider-Verse number 2. It's the first appearance of Spider-Gwen. She was actually called Spider-Woman when she first appeared. This one came out in 2014. It's got a cover price of $3.99, a long ways off from those 12-cent days. And there's actually a variant cover that's worth a lot more than this one. This book is still very desirable. This one's a 9.8 with white pages, and it's currently valued at $1,500. All right, looks like we're back to Spidey with The Amazing Spider-Man number 31. And it's kind of fitting that this one would come next because this is the first appearance of Gwen Stacy. Harry Osborn and Professor Miles Warren also make an appearance. We don't see Gwen here on the cover. This one at an 8.5 with off-white to white pages is currently valued at $1,600. So the first appearance of Gwen Stacy is actually worth $100 more than the first appearance of Spider-Gwen. Next up, we have a book from 2004. This is NYX number 3, which features the first appearance of X23 Laura Kinney. Of course, this book shot up in value a couple years ago with the Logan release. And this book, in a 9.8 with white pages, is valued at $1,650. All right, coming in at number 54, we have the Avengers number 57. This is the first appearance of the Silver Age Vision, and we also have an appearance from Black Widow and Ultron. This one came in at a 9.0 with off-white to white pages. Of course, this book rose in popularity with the Avengers and WandaVision, and it's currently worth $1,800. All right, we've got one more Amazing Spider-Man. This is The Amazing Spider-Man number 7. This one's from way back in 1963. It features the second appearance of the Vulture. This one came in at an 8.0, and it's currently valued at $1,850. This next book came out in 2011. It is Ultimate Fallout number 4, the first appearance of Miles Morales. This one came in a polybag. However, CGC requires the removal from the polybag for obvious reasons. This one had a cover price of $3.99. There's different printings of these available as well. This one's graded at a 9.8 with white pages and is valued at $1,850. Okay, and for our final book of the episode, we've got the Fantastic Four number 52. Now, we saw this book before, but this is my 7.0 copy, much nicer than the other one. This, of course, is the first appearance of the Black Panther, and in this grade, this is valued at $1,900. So we didn't quite make it to 2,000, but those books are coming up in part 3. Okay guys, so that's going to do it for part 2 of the countdown. We are halfway through. Let me know what you guys think of the books that I've shown you guys so far. Which ones are your favorites? Do you own any of them? Am I boring you with all these Spider-Man books? But stay tuned, we've got some big books coming up in part 3 and 4. You're not going to want to miss it. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.